What's up guys, we're gonna 𝗩𝗦𝗧𝗦. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to make a dark or gloomy sample. If you do end up enjoying the video, make sure you do hit that sub button and turn post notifications on because it helps out a lot. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and grab in a scale. So you can use like a harmonic minor, minor. It's up to you on which one you want to use. Let's do a D sharp minor. We can always transpose later if we need to, you know, if the bass is too low, etc. So here's the guitar. And we don't need to really do too much, right? We just make a simple melody and build on top because I think we have enough instruments. So we can start on the root, and you can kind of take this chord. You can make like a little simple melody. I'm gonna change this to half beat. All right, and then I kind of want this to kind of trickle down. Let's see, let's leak this over. Right, and we're still kind of using this chord. Let me see. Let's go back to this and we can do like a thirds type of thing. I'm gonna drag this over and then make a chord backwards. See what that sounds like. Then we probably need to offset some of these. So I'm gonna pull this bottom one over a bit. So I'm holding shift, okay? And then I'm gonna pull this one over this way, and then we can kind of strum it a bit. Probably too much. Let's just copy this over, right? It's just a simple melody, right? We don't really need to have too much going on right away. All right, just some variation. So we're going to copy it over, and I think that's good enough. Okay, so now what we could do is move on to the next instrument. All right, so now that we have kind of a melody here, right? I think what we should do now is instead of just doing the bell, we should do the bass. So this is the bass here. Just because it does sound a little weak, like there's no low end here. So with this, now this is a little free. If you look at this, it's not really like any, I mean, I guess these are the chords here. But there's no really like chord progression necessarily, so we are a little free to do what we want. So you can just kind of use your ear. If you want to, we could just use the chord, right, to literally just make it easy like this. And just copy it over. Simple as that. All right, so that is the bass. All right, we got a cop out here because we were able to use our chord here, but it may not be that easy every time, but luckily this time it worked. So let's go ahead and we can throw on our bell now. All right, so here is our bell, just what it sounds like. Okay, so you can do a lot at this point, but since we have 3 instruments still to use, I don't think I want to do too much. Let's go back here. So what we can do is literally take this, okay, and then we could just use this to start, right? I feel like a lot of times everything is kind of already written for you. You just got to kind of find the nice rhythm. Let's try right here. Move this over. It's a little too high for me. Okay, I think that this meshes well, so I'm gonna just use this, and I think we just copy it over to the other side. Let's get that placement right. I think that's good. All right, I really like how this meshes into the melody. So that's the bell, pretty simple. Now let's do the flute. All right, so now we're gonna use our flute, and this is what it sounds like. Okay, pretty simple. So for this, I think I want to throw in like some simple chords here, go across. So we can start trying with this one, then adjust as we go. Probably want to offset like this. I don't want too much going on. I kind of want it to sound a little empty, kind of spaced out. Let's try pulling this up. And then let's take this, pull this down. Right, and we'll have to probably add like some Valhalla room or like some reverb on that to kind of put it in the back so it's not so up front. But I like that. I think that's pretty smooth. So now we can go ahead and throw in our vocal from Arcade. All right, so now we have our vocal. So I went ahead and matched the key and everything, and I chose this here from Distant Voices. I was trying to find something like a little bit more soulful, like of someone actually like singing or something, or like a group of people, but when in doubt, you could just use Distant Voices because it just automatically sounds good. So we're just gonna roll with this because I don't have time to be searching through these presets. So I'm gonna just play this and try to figure out what I like. I like this one. Let's see what this whole thing sounds like. This one was fine, and I'm gonna throw something in here. Okay, I like that. All right, and you just kind of compositing and just putting this stuff together. Let me see. I'm trying to get a good transition between this and this. Okay, I think that's good. Let's listen. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and show you some effects you can throw on, just to kind of make it sound a little bit better so it's not so dry. All right, so now we're gonna quickly go over the effects, and I like to show this just to give some people an idea of what they could add to their sounds if they're not really sure what could work on it. So it's just kind of like giving you some presets and stuff. So for this right here, I just have an EQ. Usually I have an EQ and the soft clipper on all the time. And I just kind of boost frequencies a little bit, right? So boost the highs, the lows a little bit. I like the subbiness, so to boost that. And then I have this reactor. So this VHS plugin, it's pretty much like RC20, just kind of gives you that like tape or like dusty feel. So I just wanted to throw this one on this time. And the settings are pretty default. I just turned all the humming and hiss and stuff because it's annoying to listen to be honest. All right, so this is what it sounds like just with this. Or not a huge difference, but it just gives it a little bit of character. So with the flute, or actually let's start with the guitar because it's the main thing. So real quick, we can turn this off. So I'm not going to explain this entirely, but the twinkle, so basically I'm sending the guitar signal through these effects, so I don't have to put it all on one. So the twinkle is just boosting the high end of the guitar just to make it a little bit more crispy. Ambience, obvious, is just reverb and stuff. Reverse effect and halftime. So I'm just kind of using all these together to fill in that empty space. And then of course on the RC20, same preset as usual. So what I did here is actually turn the tone down so that it's not as high end. Well, I'll just play it. I just want it to be a little bit more muffled, and then I'll turn the reverb up so it's a little bit more in space. Bass, it's just simple. I just leveled that. So for the vocal, let's play it. Now it sounds fine, but with the vocal, usually you want to put it in the back. So you want it to sound like it's kind of behind everything. So I put shimmer on and I just turn the mix down a bit. And then I just did a cut like this. You can kind of copy it. Usually cut it from this mid. If you have this plugin, right, you cut it from the mid. Okay, you can kind of look at the numbers. So I'll just hover over them so you know the frequency. And then after that, you just add delay, you know, just some delay stuff. I like the tape delay. It sounds pretty good. And then I put 𝗩𝗏𝗓 room to put it a little bit more into space. So it sounds like this. All right, you could probably even let it shine a little bit more. Okay, so for the bell, just a delay, just a tape delay. Or didn't even turn it on. Right, just give it a little bit more. And then for the flute, this one I just EQ'd out the bass and some of the highs to contain it, and then put a 𝗩𝗏𝗓 room. And as you probably know, you just use this to put stuff into space usually. Okay, and that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.